Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. We go to Bradley County, Tennessee, where a sheriff's deputy accidentally shot himself while assisting a drug task force with a search warrant when an aggressive dog bit his leg. According to the sheriff's office, as the deputy entered the residence in eastern Bradley County, a large pit bull aggressively attacked and bit him on the leg. While trying to defend himself from the animal, the deputy accidentally shot himself in the lower extremity. Now, it didn't say if it was a leg or a penis, but it was a lower extremity. He was taken to a hospital for medical evaluation and treatment. No one else was injured during the incident. No update on his condition as of Wednesday night. And from what I can tell, he missed the dog.
Of course he did.
Or they left that out. I don't know. But anyway. I'm guessing that he was trying to shoot through it. Maybe he was trying to shoot the dog while it was still in his holster. You think?
Or maybe it was a P320 and it just went off as he was trying to draw.
Okay. I actually had forgotten about that. That possibility.
There hasn't been any P320 news recently.
Not since Area 3. No. Not that I can think of. There was I had it sent to me a couple of times. People, it was just this week. I guess I kind of already knew that, but like the Air Force shooting thing.
Yep.
Like was, it was not like he didn't mean to shoot him, but sounded like he was fucking around and pointed at him and pulled the trigger, joking around, and it was loaded and like it was negligent. It wasn't necessarily murder. Like it was more of a manslaughter thing than a murder. Was basically what I caught from it, but yeah. Which, you know, I don't want Sig to take the blame for it if it's not their fault, you know.
Right.
I mean, I'm just all for them taking the blame for the stuff that is their fault. Anyway. So, where are we? Which show are we on, Jeff? Is this 185?
I think so.
We're in the future. We're very far in the future now.
We're drunk and also time traveling at the same time.
We're time traveling.
This is a recipe for success.
Back to the Future is on Netflix until the end of the month, by the way.
And the Alamo is, if you have an Alamo local to you, they are doing a movie party for it, and it fucking sells out like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, they've been in theaters around here too. The original Back to the Future movies, they're so good. I watched them on Netflix last weekend or weekend before. They are the most fun movies that have ever been made. They're just fun.
Yeah.
And I would argue that they're great as well. They are great, fun movies. They're just so well done. So, okay. It's the first week of the off season, Jeff.
It is. I've enjoyed it. It's been great.
What did you do?
Nothing shooting related. I went to a lot of bars and did a lot of stupid stuff, but not anything shooting related.
Did you touch any guns?
To put them away. I actually, the Sunday we're recording this was the first Sunday that I've actually sat at home the entire day in at least 3 weeks, if not maybe like 3 months.
What is that like? I can't wait to do that.
Right? I don't know.
I'm a few weeks away from doing that yet.
It was weird. And the amount of messages, like, I don't know. There was just like from like 1 p.m. to like when we started recording at 7, I was like, what do I do with my hands? I don't even know. I
just play with your balls. That's what I do.
Yeah. I bought a new game on Steam, played that. It's fantastic because I'm a fucking nerd. Try to clean my apartment. Cleaning when you have ADHD is the dumbest thing. If you're a normal person.
A friend of mine gave me a trick.
Okay.
It works really good. Set a timer for just 10 minutes.
Nope. Doesn't work for me. I have to chase the dopamine. And so you'll see me get a project to like 80% and then move on to the next one.
That's it though. You have to, like, you can't go too big. You can't say, I'm going to clean this whole room in 10 minutes. That's not possible. Like, do like a corner or a thing, just like parcel it up and then do that in 10 minutes.
Yeah, and that's
You get a timer.
I just chase the dopamine, and then I get stuck on a project, and then the rule is don't sit down. When you sit down, you've lost.
Yep.
But I'm trying to. I gotta have maintenance come into my apartment because I may or may not have broke my washing machine, and having a possible amount of primers and powder sitting on the counter with 5 or 6 guns just strewn about is probably not a good look. So
what's
I thought
wrong
I should.
with that?
Right?
Not their business.
I thought this was America.
Yeah.
But I have that Midwestern, like, I don't want to let someone into a dirty place. And so, but I'm also really bad at cleaning. So I I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then I do a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. And then I'm like, fuck, I haven't really actually finished cleaning this, but I've cleaned a little bit in all the places. How was the first week of your off season?
I bought a pistol and I taught a class. And
Nice.
I did some USPSA board shit. And
You only have 2 more months. Or
yeah. Well, by the time this comes out, I'll only have 1 month left, really, and 1 board meeting left. So,
Are you going to go full fucking senioritis? Just show up in a Hawaiian shirt in flip flops. Just be like, fuck you, you're cool. I'm out.
no, I won't do that. But
You're no fun.
no, but I'll be glad when it's over. I know of one other board member whose term is about to end who has a countdown on his phone of the days left.
Beautiful.
Yeah. His name might rhyme with Bim Ploon. Maybe. It might. Anyway. So, no, my off season consisted of running around and doing, my son had a birthday. So I was like hauling kids around for that. I made a Facebook marketplace purchase of a new guitar for my other son. So,
Nice.
I forgot about this. I got my guitar going a couple weeks ago. I finally got the new pickups installed and whatnot. And then my son and I on Friday night, we spent like an hour and a half down here just jamming. He's gotten fucking good and can actually play whole songs out. It used to be he'd just learn riffs and licks and stuff. And it's like, look, I can play the riff from this Motorhead song. And I'm like, well, you should learn a song. Then we can play the songs together. And he didn't want to do that. But now he's actually learned songs and he's getting good. And it was super fun. And I have this this Boss Metal Zone pedal that everybody and their dog got back in the 90s. It's like an effects pedal, heavy metal distortion. And mine had not been working. And it comes on like it's supposed to work, and it would be really quiet, but not as loud as it was supposed to be. And it didn't matter if it was on or off. If it's off, it's just supposed to send the signal through. And if it's on, then it's, distorting it. And it didn't either. So I cracked it open and, oh, look, the wire on the output jack is not connected to the jack anymore. I bet that's why it doesn't work very well. So I soldered it back on, put it back together, and now I've got Metal Zone back.
Nice.
It was awesome. I was so excited. I also, I swiped one of my dad's soldering guns from his gun room, along with some other tools. Really nice wire stripper. So now I'm like, what else can I solder? Now that I have a good soldering iron, I just want to solder everything. Because I have a really shitty soldering iron. I might as well throw mine in the garbage. It would barely burn you, if you poked. Well, it would probably burn you pretty good, but I don't think it's even hot enough to do a stippling job on a Glock. It's a piece of shit. So, no, I did that. That was about it in my free time anyway. Otherwise, just work and that shit. So off season, yay. Oh, Lane's having a class at your gym.
Yeah, so January 24th, we are doing one of Lane's armed combatives classes. He doesn't like calling it gun jitsu, but I like that term.
But it's kind of gunjitsu.
It's learning how to be in an entangled fight and try to figure out if you should get your gun out, and once it's out, what do you do with it? So it's a very fun class. I think it's like $200. It's an 8-hour class, and it's all indoors. So even though it's January, there will be heat.
And it's what day?
Saturday, January 24th, I think.
And guess what days I have classes in January?
The 24th?
The 17th and the 31st.
Oh, you might actually get to come?
I think I might actually get to go.
Let's go.
I'm not going to prepay too early, though, because if it snows, then I can't come. And I have a feeling we're going to get shit on this winter when winter finally shows up. But I'm tentatively going to be able to finally take that class. That'd be fun.
Finally. It's only been a few years. But yeah, no, it's a really fun class. If you've never, for those of you who may not do martial arts or may not, even those who do martial arts, doing it in your street clothes and doing it with a weapon present changes the dynamic.
And you use your real gun, right?
Yes. So for those who have not heard about this before, what Lane does, so my gym, I have an entryway and then I have a door that opens into my mat room. So everyone leaves all of their shit they won't need for the rest of the day in the lobby. I lock the door because the gym's closed that day. And then we go into the mat room, and then once you're in there, that door is closed, and if you leave it again, you get researched. But once you're in there, Lane has you put your gun on the table. He puts a dummy round with a flag out of it, so that we can see that there's a flag in it. And then you get searched like you're an Iraqi prisoner. Lane gets all up in there.
Oh
yeah. No, it gets intimate for a second. But he makes sure that, there's no guns, no knives, no ammunition, no pepper spray, nothing that can cause damage. And then he'll have you, and literally he gets searched as the owner. I get searched, and then he'll have you stand in first you search yourself, and then the guy to your left searches you, and then the guy to your right searches you. So and then he searches you. So there's
You're quadruple searched. Yeah.
So there's zero risk in this situation. So your gun basically becomes a stick. And so it is really interesting drawing your firearm and pointing it at someone.
Yeah.
That's a weird experience when you first do it.
Yeah.
But it also teaches you a lot of interesting things. Like, one of the reasons, and we've talked about this before, we talked about it in the last Patreon, that I'm going back to iron sights is I've caught my optic on my sweatshirt a bunch of times.
Yep.
And I know every fucking jackass on a CCW forum that is like, I've never caught my optic once. And you're like, yeah, if I
that's because you haven't tried to do it fast.
Right. Or if I stand with my fingers literally under the seam of my shirt and rip it up to my head and then get it. Yeah, totally. Now put a Carhartt jacket, a sweatshirt on over that and try to do it while someone's like, yeah, you're good. While someone's like pushing on you. Yeah, it changes the dynamic of it a little bit.
I think this time of year it's more likely to happen just because you're wearing heavier clothing. If you're just wearing a t-shirt in the summer, it's easy to avoid the optic. But
right. Well, and
I've been having that same conversation in my head with my new 19. It is MOS. Am I going to put an optic on it or not?
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards yes, but it's not 100% either. Because it's like I don't feel like I need it either. The last time I shot irons in a class, like doing demos, I actually had to do it a couple permit classes ago because I forgot my holster or my belt. So I didn't have I wasn't shooting my 34 with an SRO. I was shooting a 19 from a right-handed ALS holster, which is really dumb when you're left-handed. And so I would just pull it out. And I'm just doing a shooting demo. But when I went to go shoot doubles, I shot a 3-inch wide stripe. All the bullets went like in a line, like sort of horizontally. Like
Yep.
it was a tight fucking group for shooting doubles at like 7 yards. And I'm like, I don't have to have a dot.
Nope.
I can shoot shitty Glock factory iron sights just fine.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's kind of where I'm at as far as the carry gun goes.
And one of the being in Lane's class, he will also break out his sim guns. I think he still has ammunition. There was a whole thing where the sim munitions company stopped selling to non-Leos or something like that.
Oh.
I'm not 100% sure.
Don't
Anyways,
those fucking hurt?
a little bit. Yeah, I have a scar on one of my knuckles from taking one to my hand. You get shot in the hand a lot. But I don't aim in the class because in most
It's power over
situations,
distance, isn't it?
yeah, because in most situations, why are you shooting someone who's more than a car's length away from you? Why aren't you running? Why aren't you how are they a justifiable threat past 10 yards? And not to sound like a pretentious cunt, but if you're a masterclass shooter, you should be able to make a 10-yard. I'm not even saying alpha. I'm just saying hit the fucking brown.
Minute of chest, yeah.
Yeah, minute of chest with just your index. Like you don't there could be no sights on the gun, and the majority of people A class and above can do it with just their index. I guarantee, because I don't use the fucking sights. I go,
I think a lot of people B class and above can make that shot.
Oh, 100%. 100%. So I'm reverting back to I have such a high level of skill that the gadget isn't needed, but I was having an argument with someone on the RCCW forum, and they're like, "Oh, so you're getting rid of all of your CO guns?" I'm like, "No, I'm going to still shoot CO. Like, I don't intend to be in a gunfight that requires me to shoot 16 different people. That seems silly."
And there's no one shooting the iron sight division, so
Right.
why would I shoot where there's no competition? But
Yep.
yeah, well, I hope I can make that January 24th at Jeff's Gym in Omaha, Nebraska. Patreon.com/Not Another Shooting Show. It's only $3.57 a month. If you want to hear all of the rest of this episode, you will have to subscribe, because that's how it works here. At least with the second episode every week. Patreon.com/Not Another Shooting Show. It's only $3.57 a month. You're going to hear about the sort of scary thing that happened when I was sighting in my hunting rifle earlier today. Also, I went to a party and a new American citizen did the most American thing possible. I'll explain that as well, and it's a better story than you think it is. It really is. Patreon.com/Not Another Shooting Show. It's only $3.57 a month.